Hello, hello, hello. Great day, everyone. So, as I'm laying here, I am actually reflecting on some things, some memories, and everything that's been going on with me lately, this entire healing journey that I'm going through, which for myself, I had healed many, many versions of me over time, right? But or whatever I should say, and I am going through an intense healing journey at this point in life, which I've always said that healing is a journey. You heal, and then some other stuff come up, and you have to heal some more, right? Um, and this part of my healing journey has just really unearthed a lot of things that I've dealt with, not only in my childhood, just in my youth, as an adult. It's just interesting and exhausting. And each time I get different perspectives of different things. And also, it just is what it is. But in this AM, I've been reflecting on a lot. Yesterday during the tornado, I actually been outside when it started raining really hard, and I just felt this. I was gonna come in the house, and then it was just like this moment of childlike playfulness came over me. Like, when was the last time you just like danced or played in the rain? And then, like, I don't really watch the weather, so I didn't really realize that it was going to be a severe thunderstorm or tornado or whatever they were saying, right? Because I actually feel like the more that I danced and the more that I poured out, the more violent the storm became. So that was pretty interesting. It was like a reflection. Me and nature were having a dance. Me, nature, the creators. Um, me. It was really interesting and intense. And as I danced in the rain, the dance became a dance of many layers, many conversations, much channeling. And I stayed out there through it all, soaked in awe, and it was really cathartic and everything. And then I came in and I took a hot shower, and I essentially passed out. Woke up in the wee hours and did some reflections and whatever. It's been an intriguing journey, but as I was laying here this AM, I was just thinking about a lot of things, but the most recent thought was this attack and against me through this freaking dot from my past, right? Like this thing from my past that just asserted itself into my present for whatever reason. And the way that I see it is that for her to get from there to here, she had fucking help from people that was in my present somehow, energies, whatever. I still wasn't being protected enough after all these years. So that's a whole other conversation and awareness and all of these things that's happening in my mind. All of these revelations, all of this anger, all of this decompression, all of this detox, all of these releasing of relationships, ties, communications, just everything that I am evolving into and releasing on the way of it all. Like all of the memories, all of the things that I could only process as much as I could process in each moment because it was just all survival. It just has me looking at my youth like, damn, I had moments that brought me happiness or brought me peace, even in still it being moments where I was still had to be hyper vigilant in my environment. Like that was where I had the most safety, but and also I guess understanding what that could mean in itself. Um, Many implications behind many things that are essentially just my fucking life. It was my life. It has been my life, and I haven't harped on it. I haven't thought about it. Shit, I put it all in a book and then kept going, and then still dealing with life, right, as it comes to me, processing and how I process in each moment and dealing with it. But in this moment of today, I was just reflecting on how many things this attack has brought up for me. And one of the things that I was thinking about this AM trigger warning, I'm going to talk a little bit about abuse, but was just um, how fragile people egos are, and especially some things that I may not have considered, like how it was pretty much two grown women jumping on me and a third bystander, and no help essentially from any external forces, but that was the reality of the attack, and it was also like the reality of my life to me. And it just is what it is. Like, I don't rely on people for much of anything, and I don't even I mean, it just is what it is. It's not bad or good to me. It just is what it is. I I don't really deal with a lot of good or bads in my life. Shit just is what it is, and you adapt accordingly, right? There are things that I desire, and I know, like I've looked around, and I'm like, I don't want a lot of this, and a lot of the things that I don't want, I know from life, and I've just kind of been moving in the opposite direction of that, just feeling my way through, and what works, it works, and just getting more information. And I was took back to a time that I had totally forgot about, and it's interesting because it's just like as certain memories are brought up to me, it just reminds me, as my spiritual team has informed me, that like, yeah, you may have forgot things, but we hold long memories, and other people hold long memories too, and it's pulling on your energy because like shit that you shook off really impacted other people in one way or another. They held a grudge, they were mad, they were angry, and it threw them for a whole loop, and things that was just a blip in your memory or was no memory because you done lost so many of your memories. So essentially shit that didn't mean nothing to you in the big scheme of things meant so much to other people, and they wanted it to mean something to you so much that they was sending whatever energy your way or out in the world and whatever until that shit just finally caught up with you. Because like as you lose it, the more memories you lose and the more stuff you go through, and it made people feel some kind of way that you don't remember them, that they not important to you, that they not special enough to be in your memories unless they like in your moment where you hold space in their lives for years and years and years after you gone. And beyond that moment, like they don't hold anything to you, and people don't know what to do with that, and you don't even care. You don't care at all, and you say it all the time. That don't have nothing to do with you. Some people like, damn, she's selfish, and some people like, damn, how do I get there? And none of it exists in your world. So it's been a perspective shift so that like the world can see things differently whether they want to or not. Or even in that, you just like, this is for me. I don't know what's happening out there. I know shit keep coming at me and I don't understand it. I ain't seeing it. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I'm gonna try to make the best sense of it that I can. And all I know is that like this fucking thing just came out of nowhere. And now as I'm seeing her, like I'm putting all kind of pieces together and why the fuck is you even here? And you had help and I'm looking at my physical reality and I'm like, it was people that was here that's not. And damn. And it stung or hurt for a minute, but then even that shit, it just is what it is. You lose people all the time. I'm used to that. You adjust and move accordingly, whatever shit is, no matter how unexpected it is, no matter what you thought shit would be. Like I'm used to adjusting, and at some point, the things that you thought you wanted, you don't even want no more. Like I don't know, it just is life for me. People make decisions all the time that affect you one way or another, and I don't really try to figure out other people's decisions or what, I used to try to see things from other people's perspectives all the time and move accordingly. It's just like who I am naturally. Anywho, beside all that, I was brought to the memory of when I was at Mary Crest, this group home that I was at when I was 14, 15. I turned 15 there. And it was sometime after I had been a runaway in Youngstown and had been brought back to Cleveland and um, been with a couple foster homes, including the the couple in Warrensville. I had been to Warrensville Middle School. I had lived in a pretty decent foster home, I think, by this time. And then the foster father was fucking plotting on how he was going to take advantage and rape me. I don't know what the fuck was in his mind, but he was always fucking rubbing up against me and shit. So I can only assume that he was planning when was gonna be the best time to catch me vulnerable so that he could rape me. Because unfortunately, that was what fucking niggas did. And then I never really recall wondering if it was me, but I probably did at some point. Because how could you not at some point be like, damn? And I feel like I did as I'm talking about it, but it had to be when I was younger. Like, what the fuck is it about me that these niggas all want to fucking touch me? Like, no matter what the fuck I say, no matter what it is, they don't fucking want to listen. They decided that they want me. Like, no matter who you are, no matter if I think you attractive or not, you decided, no matter if you old, young, like, you decided that it is what the fuck it is, and you gonna do whatever it take to get it. You gonna fucking plot. You gonna make it happen. Whether I say I'm uncomfortable, whether I show I'm uncomfortable, whether I try to stay away from you, like, you just gonna fucking insert your dominance. You just gonna insert your way into my shit. When I'm fucking comfortable, you gonna fucking pop up into my world to show me that I can't be too comfortable because you here, and I fucking let my guard down to fucking check the mail because I ain't think nobody was in the house. It was quiet on purpose. You heard me come in the house. You heard me in my own little world. Was I too happy? You thought you could sneak up on me? My instincts was too good? Like, what the fuck? I turned around and I startled you before you could grab a hold of me, and then I was already fucking battle ready, which took you by surprise because I'm a fucking teenage girl. Like, how the fuck is my instincts that good? And I'm already immediately sizing you up to try to figure out how the fuck I can take you down. What's the smart thing to move to make? You waiting for me to make my move so that you can make your move, but I'm waiting you out and you wondering how the fuck do I know already, because you done been through whatever, because you old as fuck. You think you keep yourself in good shape, but I'm looking at you like, nigga, I can take your ass down. I just gotta figure out how the fuck you gonna try to move first. Like, and I'ma sit here and wait you out. Because what the fuck is you doing so close to me? How the fuck did you just creep up on me? What was the purpose of you coming up behind me while I had my back turned and I'm at the mailbox in the house, like the mail slot, checking the mail, trying to see if I got a letter from my fucking boyfriend? Because it's been a while and I'm worried about him, but we've been talking, but I like letters and just whatever. And I'm excited because he said he was going to write me or whatever it is. And this nigga just snuck up on me as I'm sifting through the mail to see if I get mail. He probably wondering what I'm doing at the mailbox, or maybe he been fucking checking the mail to try to take my mail because I'm wondering why my dude ain't fucking writing me. So who fucking knows? Maybe this nigga was taking my mail and reading it and taking it for me because our letters used to get a little bit spicy sometimes. Like shit, that was my man. Like we had all kind of experience to pull from, even if we didn't have a lot of experience. Like I don't know. Now I never thought about that then to just now, so that might have been something. Nigga rubbing up against me all the fucking time. Like, get your old ass out of here. And your wife, where the fuck she at? Like, she don't know I'm always in these fucking places where these bitches is just, these niggas is doing whatever the fuck they want or trying to. These bitches just around here. What the fuck is they purpose? You not protecting, you a woman. You don't feel nothing? Now this shit look fucking suspicious to you? What the fuck? Like, just having that feeling as a child and even now, just like, because I don't even know if I was able to feel it as a child. I just had to be defensive, like, because clearly ain't nobody fucking helping. But that's not even what I was thinking about. I was actually thinking about before I got on here was Mary Crest, Miss Nicole. This bitch was a staff there, and I think what's his name, Claude Anderson. I don't know. It was another staff, and it feel like his name was Claude. Grown man. Um, but I can't remember because I was fucking 14, 15. I've been through a lot of life. In this particular day, I might have been on restriction a little bit, which means that like I'm restricted, I can't do some things for whatever reason, because there were things that you couldn't do, and sometimes depending on the staff, they was fair, but then sometimes depending on the staff and depending on what they had or what the fuck was going on in their house or if they liked you or not, like they was a little bit harder on you. They did a little bit more to try to keep your ass in trouble. They tried to set little traps up for you. They tried to do shit like for their entertainment because nigga, this was work to them. They could go home. They ain't really understand the shit. Maybe they did. Some of them had some empathy. Some of them was sad. Some of them it was just a job, and we was kids or we wasn't kids because we had lived way more life than they ever had. Some of us had babies, and they like what the fuck. So they come with their judgment and whatever baggage and shit they come with, whatever churches they go to, whatever doctrination they got, they come into our fucking world, into our homes, essentially, because we got to live here. This might be a job for you. You leave and you go talk about us to whoever it is, or you don't. You forget about us until you got to come to work or whatever it is. But to us, you just another face, another person, another problem, another situation that we got to figure out, or we don't. Like, essentially, leave us the fuck alone. Leave us alone. Like, this is our house, I guess, or help us if we need help when we tell you that we need something. Like, do your fucking job. It just get exhausting. And as a kid, it just is what it is. Like, all this shit is what it is. Some of them come there and they try to fucking exert their dominance, and you trying to figure out like why, or you not, because you don't even know that's the thing. Because I'm just being me. So this particular day, like this broad, and I just remember feeling like, oh my goodness. Sometimes she was cool, or sometimes she wasn't. She was always like, uh. And it was one of them, is she on her period today or what? Like her nigga made her mad, her bitch made her mad, somebody made her mad, or she being whatever. Or maybe it was just me. Maybe she looked at me and she felt like I was a bully. Cause I was sometimes. I guess that's how people look at it. I could have been. I could have been. It was one girl in there that I was making her life miserable, and I ain't necessarily think about it like that, but I was. And I think sometimes I felt bad. That shit is a long time ago. And then sometimes I felt like she did shit on purpose. to try to fucking get me riled up, to try to get me to say something to her or do something to her. Cause I was tired too. I didn't want to be fighting all the time either. Like, and I did have anger management problems, and none of that shit is an excuse or nothing. Like, I had my own fucking problems. But later on, I remember reaching out to that girl, and I remember reaching out doing through social media one time and just apologizing because I'm like, I'm older and I'm through some shit. I done healed some shit, and I realized that like I made your life hell, and I don't even know if I meant to. Like I ain't think about it like that back then, but I'm thinking about it now. We was all going through some shit. We all had been through something. All of us in this damn place in this group home, in this home, and regardless of what I thought, whether I thought I was justified, whatever the fucking reason was, like I made your life hell, and for that I apologize. Cause now I'm older and I'm looking at all the stuff that's happening in the world. And I'm like, damn, I have no idea what type of impact I left in your life because I was going through my own shit and took it out on you. Or maybe I wasn't going through shit at first and then I got in this environment and it's all kind of shit going on that I ain't used to. I'm not used to, and I'm getting pulled in the middle of some shit and I'm trying not to be in the middle and I don't even think I'm in the middle. I think I'm being fair. And then you do something that fucking do something to me and now I'm on edge and I don't even think I'm trying to prove myself to nobody, or am I? Or like I don't know what the fuck going on, but everything you do is making me feel some kind of way, and now we gotta fight because fighting is what I know, even though I don't be wanting to fight, and now I'm just like fucking fight and flight mode all the time, and it's you, and I don't even know why it's you, and so I just felt like the need to apologize because I have no idea what I did to you as an individual of us living in the same house. That's how I feel now. Like, damn, I gotta live here. Like, you felt that then. And I made your living place uncomfortable, just like they made my living place uncomfortable sometimes. And to me, all of that shit was just pieces of a puzzle, and I could never put it together to see, like, this is what's happening. So, she could have been trying to teach me a lesson. Who the fuck knows? Like, I don't even know. All I know is this day I was supposed to be on restriction. I don't think I was supposed to be watching TV or something. It was calm or whatever. Like, I don't even remember, but I just remember like Biggie video being on, hypnotized, and I loved music. Like, and I wasn't a huge Biggie fan. I wasn't probably gonna go find no Biggie, or maybe I did. Like, I liked Lil Kim. Like, I mean, their music was cool. I was a Tupac girl. Like, Pac was what it was. You pissed me off, I can quote some Pac lyrics back to your ass real quick, like they was mine. Changing up the lyrics and everything to fit the situation accordingly. But I kept the lyrics because the shit was cool. Like, I could weaponize Pac or I could make you feel good with Pac. Because that's what Pac did. That was how his words was. And I was a little Tupac. To me, like, that's what it was. And it was really through the music and through the flow. And Pac read my fucking life in so many different ways. And, like, shit, me and Pac was connected on way more levels than it need to be talked about in this video. But anywho, um, it was hypnotized video on, and the girls, they was calling my name like, "Hey Nikki, the video on." We was trying to learn to dance or something, so we sitting up there. It was like maybe MTV videos was on, or we was watching music videos, so it was on something, And I know we had recorded a couple videos. We had them on tape, so trying to think if we had put it on tape because I feel like we was rewinding it, but that was before TiVo, or maybe the video came on. We was trying to get the dance moves and stuff together. The team, like, we was having a good night this night. Like, it might have been a weekend, so the girls who was able to go home, who had families to go home to, they was on hall pass. They was on a weekend pass. They had leveled up, and they had the rewards to where they could, go home to their families. And some of us, we ain't have families. We ain't really had nowhere to go. We ain't had nobody to come get us. We ain't had nobody come visiting us. We ain't had nowhere we could go to. Like, some places we could try to go to for a weekend pass, depending if they went through the proper procedures, if they had paperwork or whatever. Like it just depended on the discretion of the staff. But for a lot of us there that was there on the weekends, we ain't have no family. We ain't had nobody that was looking out for us or that could come see us. Cause I think a couple of the girls might have had like grandparents or something, or I don't know. But this particular weekend, some of the girls had family, but they wasn't coming to see them, or they was too far, and it didn't make sense to go through all the trouble to get them there to wherever they was, whether they was out the state or the city, just for the weekend, and that cost money, and it was all kind of things you got to take into consideration. But this particular weekend, it was only a few of us, and I just remember one of the girls that I used to consider my sister that lost. I didn't, I don't talk to no more. I don't want that relationship. Drop that shit later. But at that time, that was like my sister, and it was a couple of the other girls, and we just jam on watching the hypnotized video, and it's cool. Like even if I wasn't supposed to be watching TV, like I wasn't bothering nobody. And a rare occasion, I was having a good time. I was light. I was enjoying myself. We was having a good time, and then this bitch got to come in. Like we, all of us, all the girls in there was having a good time, and this bitch came in and just decided that we was having too much fun, or today she was gonna be the one to enact the rules. It didn't matter, cause we needed some structure, and we need to know that somebody was the boss. That we ain't run shit. Like we was kids and they was the adults, and it was rules for a reason, and we had way too much freedom, or we whatever the fuck her fucking decision was in that moment, where we was all having a carefree moment, living completely together and vibing out for whatever reason, like whatever her reason was, whether she felt like this was a moment to exact revenge on me for something I had did to somebody else at another point in time when they was having a good time, whatever she appointed herself as in that moment, she told me, Nikki, to that I was on restriction, I couldn't watch TV. And me, Nikki, ignored her ass because I was having a good time. And I'm just like, it's almost going off. The video almost going off. We almost got the dance step together. Like, all right. And then also she kept talking shit. And at some point I was just like, bitch, fuck you. Like, I don't have to do nothing the fuck you telling me, because why the fuck is you stressing me when I'm over here and I ain't fucking bothering nobody? Like, for once, I'm fucking chilling and I'm having a good time with me and my fucking sister and my people, and you came in here fucking bother me. Go back where the fuck you was just at. Like, was you just on the phone with somebody that made you mad? Because you was just cool until you came in here seeing us having a good time. So you cool when we mad, you cool. Because when we mad or when shit is chaotic in here, your ass is living fine. Now it's only a few of us and we having fun, and it's the girls that you don't like, the ones that you think are bullies, or the ones that you think are too pretty, or whatever the fuck this demographic is in here tonight, and whatever happened in your world in our house, because essentially this is the group home. We foster kids, or we here, they placed us here. Like, this our house, this is our residence, this is our residence, it's a residence home, and we live here. So whatever the fuck you decided, for whatever reason, like, I don't even care, because I was having a moment, and I don't get a lot of those moments. So I'm having a moment where I'm feeling good and we all vibing out. Ain't nobody feeling no type of way as far as we could tell. We all having a good time. And we putting on the dance group. Like, we playing around. We being teenage girls. And you got a fucking problem with that, and you coming in here and I'm the one you got the problem with, that you showing out on, because like I got something that you could use against me, because technically I ain't supposed to be watching TV. So you still doing your job, whatever that may be. And I'm telling you in this moment, my 15-year-old ass, fuck you, your job, and them rules. I'm fucking having a good time, and I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna take advantage of this moment. And so you get in your feelings and you try to exert your dominance. And what did you do? You try to get in my face, talking shit, and then you try to pull me, like, because you within your, the more you get me mad on purpose, the more and more you get me mad, the more you can be like, okay, i'm going to I'm gonna get her mad, so then I can be in my rights to restrain her, because at that time the staff could restrain you, which means they can use physical force to get you down and put you in pretty much a holding move, like wrestling, pin you down to keep you restrained and restricted to keep you from harming yourself or others. So some staff used to try to use that to their advantage to exert dominance if you, as a child, made them feel any kind of way. They gonna use their authority and they gonna do whatever they can within their job or depending who they working with outside their job, because some of them can get real funky for real. Like some of them tried to get real gutter. They was from the projects or from the hood or whatever the fuck they thought they was from, whoever they thought they was. They was thought they was tough in their neighborhood, and they come in here with teenage girls that most of us, I don't even think, I wasn't never trying to prove a point to nobody. I ain't never have to prove who I was to nobody. I just simply was. And if I could beat your ass, I could beat your ass. If I couldn't, I couldn't. And half the time, like, for the most part, except for with this one girl, that I can remember, like, I wasn't a bully for real, but I would protect myself. I wasn't scared of nobody. I didn't care who you was. You couldn't really intimidate me. Nigga, do you know where I came from? And I didn't even have that mentality then, but it was just like, I wasn't really quiet about the type of life I lived. If asked questions, I said something. I wasn't blasting around, but I let people know if I felt like it needed to be known. Like the shit that my fucking ex adopted mother did to me. And I don't even like to use the word mother, but the broad that adopted me, because I hadn't even been out the house that long and already I had been through more shit. So depending on who people were that interpreted that, they interpreted me as the problem. And that was fine. Like I didn't really care enough to see really how people was interpreting me, because I knew that she was going around and she was throwing my name in the fucking dirt and the mud everywhere I went. Her ass was there showing up, like talking about me. Why are you showing up? Why are you trying to figure out where I'm at? Why do you even know where I'm at? Why ain't it, shouldn't it be some type of restraining order against you? Like, nigga, you just tried to kill me. Why is anybody telling you where I'm at, especially when all you do is threaten me when they find out and you coming into these homes? Like, why is they letting you in this place? It's supposed to be protected. Like, it's locked cottage. We can't even, we are fuck, like this was at Palmerdale. Like our fucking cottage is locked. It's one level down from being in the ITU with the ITU, intensive unit, behavioral unit, intensive behavior unit. So IBU, which is pretty much a step down from DH. It was Palmerdale's version of DH. And they pretty much was telling me like, if you don't make it here, that's where you going, or you gonna go to DH. Like they feel like they done put you in enough homes, gave you enough chances. You done been at 13. You done been at this point probably like 10 different placements, 9 different placements in less than a year. Like you got to be the problem at some point, and you think it's everybody else. Then they let this bitch walk up in the doors, like, and they think that that shit didn't bother me at first. I saw her, and it might have took some time, but then I don't even remember. Like I don't even remember if I had a blackout or not. Lately, I feel like I did. That I blacked out, and I'm like, why the fuck is she here? Why is she here? I don't even know if I seen her come in or if I seen her going out. Like, but it was just like, I live here. Why is she even here? Every time I try to get away, she fucking walk in the door, talking to y'all in the office. What the fuck she got to talk to y'all about? I live here. I don't have nothing to do with her. I don't call her. I do not call her house at all. I stopped calling to talk to my sister because they told me to. I would have kept trying until my sister wrote me the letter and told me not to call her no more, because it was creating a problem. And no matter how much that shit hurt me, no matter how much I knew, like, now she get to tell my sister whatever she want. And my sister is only fucking 12 years old. So she got to live under that, all that shit, whatever she want to tell me. And I already know she already telling her that, I'm like, my sister told me that I'm choosing, that she told her that I'm choosing boys over her. Like, but you live in the same house with me. You see what she do to me, or maybe you don't, because she tried to keep it a secret, and I try to keep that shit from my sister. My sister don't need to know everything I'm going through. I'm trying to protect her. That's my job. And then a lot of times when she beat me, like, I'm just like, did you wait to see if my sister would sleep first? Like, she too young. If you gonna do this shit, like, don't you wait till she outside, or I don't know. And she would do shit anyway. Like, She took me over her mama house in the basement to try to kill me one time. Like, she beat me so bad in the damn basement of her mother house, and I couldn't understand what that was about. So I came to the conclusion that because I think that your mama's house is a safe house, as long as I come over here and spend time with your mother, like, I'm safe for you. She like a buffer for me. You had to bring me over here when everybody was asleep so they could hear my screams throughout the house. If I was screaming, because like it's times where I refuse to fucking cry or scream or make a noise because that's what you wanted me to do. So I learned to fucking take them punches and not say nothing because you want me to cry. I'm not fucking giving you what you want. You just gonna have to beat my ass. Like, you gonna do it anyway. You gonna do it. If I cry, it turn you on. If I don't, it turn like I can't win. You gonna beat my ass just because it's Tuesday because you fucking feel like it. So I'm not gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna learn. I'm learn how like. And this ain't my first rodeo, nigga. You got my packet. You know what type of environment I came from. You know what it was like for me dodging my mama fucking family, like my family. This ain't nothing new. And you know that at some point I came from the projects, like, and I was one of the strongest ones out there. Me and my brother protected my fucking siblings and our family, our little family from every fucking body. That's like we learned how to get away. Like, we figured it out. So I'ma figure your ass out, and like, just so you know, I could beat your ass if I wanted to. It don't make no sense because my sister here. That's the only reason I'm here is because you got my sister and I gotta make sure she protected. That is it. So if it make you feel better to beat my ass, like, this what I gotta take, oh well. But if I gotta take an ass whooping and make sure that I don't cry, you're not gonna get the satisfaction of me crying, then I'm not gonna cry. And I'ma hide my face because you really wanna hit me in my face so bad. But you wanna hit me in my face so bad. You wanna mess up my face so bad. You say it all the time. And no matter what, like, I'ma protect my face. I don't care if you got your son or your daughter pinning my hands down so that I can't hit you or so that I can't do fight back. Like, nigga, I wasn't gonna like what I don't even know if I was gonna fight back, but you better not hit me in my fucking face. And you know you can't really hit me in my face anyway because you don't want nobody asking too many questions or whatever. But it was like all that type of shit that I had to deal with as a kid. I was in your house from the ages of 9 to 14 behind closed doors. Nobody at the church was open. They was bad. They was just as bad too. You had a lot of them church members that was just as fucking trifling, including your best friend and her husband, because nobody was doing shit to stop you. Or if they was talking to you, wasn't doing enough. Like, and I ain't even expect them to be able to do nothing what they was gonna do. And then the county gave you 4 more fucking kids. Like, nigga, what fucking kind of racket is they running? They took 4 more kids who have been through more hell already. These kids is young, that can barely protect themselves, and they put you in the house with me. They put them in the house with you, and like, now I feel like I got more kids to protect. I'm already trying to protect my sister. It's just me, and it's you against and them, like, cause ain't nobody fucking else fighting you back in this house for real. Not even me at this point. Like, I'm picking and choosing my battles. So you in here, you big ass bully, and you think you the fucking king of the castle, cause you get to be a bully, but you only get to be a bully to me because I'm allowing it, and you got to deal with that on whatever level you got to deal with it. Like, bitch, I'm allowing this to happen because I got a mission and I gotta go. You don't think that I could have figured out a way to kill your ass in your fucking sleep? I'm the one that's cooking the food. If I wanted to, like, yeah, you might buy the food because you got the food stamps and shit. And a lot of times you buy shit that you know that I don't like. I don't even gonna eat. But you trying to starve me out, trying to make me weak. And then when I don't like something, I throw it away. You trying to prove your dominance, trying to make me eat. Nigga picking shit out the garbage, telling me that I threw it away. I need to eat it. And I think I let that shit ride the one time because that shit was still in the napkin and I had just put it in there. Like, but you watching me so fucking tough or so like, bitch, what? And I specifically said, only gonna eat this shit because I put it in the napkin. Like, I don't know what you trying to prove. And even I feel some type of way fucking eating this off the garbage can. But I'm gonna make it make sense to me. Like, all right, Nikki, you just put it in the garbage can and it's still in the napkin. It's still, it ain't really touched nothing. But like, what type of bitch is this that's making, what are you trying to say? Like, I don't even understand. You trying to tell me I'm a dog and eat the scraps, or what is you trying to say? Because you've been using that word bitch and throwing it around a lot, and I don't really know what it means. But then I had to ask somebody, and it mean a female dog. But you the dog. You look more like a dog than I do. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know because dogs is loyal. So you think I'm loyal to you? Like, I'm trying to figure out what characteristics of a dog that you think I have that you calling me a bitch all the time. Because dogs can be fierce too. A dog can fucking tear your ass up. So I don't know. I'm like, and I like cats. When I had a pet, I had a fucking cat, and she was black. I had a fucking black cat. I ain't even had no dog. I had one dog when I got older. I like cats. Dogs is cool too. I don't want no pets though, but if I was to get a pet, it probably would be a cat. Cause they don't need so much attention. But anywho, I went off. I went off. I want to go back to Mary Crest. So this broad come in like she in my face now because I decided that I'm going to continue fucking enjoying myself, right? Because this is the moment. It's a weekend. I think I was supposed to go out. Like, finally, it was supposed to be a weekend where one of the girls that I consider my friend at the time, her well, she was like my cousin at the time. I didn't. She was my little cousin, and I was like, I was trying to get visitation to their house to see them. I was trying to be able to go visit them on the weekend. And I think I was supposed to be, I thought I was going to go over there for the weekend. And, you know, it was always a disappointment. I was, whenever I was supposed to go somewhere, like something always ended up happening. So it was a disappointment. I couldn't go for whatever reason. Something about the paperwork, or her mother had got called into work at the last minute. Whatever reason, I couldn't go over there that weekend. And I found out at like the very last minute, like I had got prepared. But at some point, I even stopped getting ready until it was just like, when y'all get here, I'll go get my stuff together. Um, but this particular day, I was just like, you know, like, I'm enjoying myself and I'm gonna enjoy myself. And whatever the fuck you got going on is yours. So, of course, she getting mad. She getting up in my face now. And I ain't let nobody get up in my face. So, get the fuck out my face or whatever. Like, and I don't know if I went to like move her back, like push her back, or if I let her put her hands on. I don't even remember. But whatever happened, she got riled up now that we in each other face because she approached me. And I ain't backing down because I ain't scared of you. And somehow, whatever, she tried to restrain me. She wanted to restrain me. So she was trying to get me on the floor, I think. She was trying to maybe try to slam me on the floor, but she couldn't get me down. She could not get me down. And I remember her screaming for help because it was supposed to be another male staff. He was supposed to be another staff on duty, and it was a male. Big dude. Big dude. And she trying to, like, yell for some help. And then she asked one the other girls, like, to go get him so he could help her put me down. And the girls is like, one of the girls at the time, the one that that was my sister. That was my big sister. I just remember her saying, like, what I look like going to get somebody to help you put my sister down, and she ain't even really did nothing. She wasn't even over here bothering you. Like, you came over here bothering her. I ain't fucking helping you. Nah. And you scared because you know you can't get her. You know if she decide, you know if Nikki decide to flip out and beat your ass right now, she gonna do it. And you can get jumped. Like, you can get jumped. So you trying to set us up or something. Like, whatever she said. Because I was mad. I was only hearing what I was only, like, I was mad. And I'm just, and they just like, Nikki, calm down. She trying to get you mad. Like, she trying. But it was already too late. Like, trying my ass. Like, now I'm already mad. Because, bitch, why did you even get in my face? Who was you to be getting in my face talking shit? Because I ain't doing something that you told me to do. You ain't my fucking mama. You ain't nobody to me. Like, I wasn't even bothering you or nobody else. I don't give a fuck about you telling me that I'm on restriction, that I ain't supposed to damn be watching TV. Because y'all allow people to do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as you like them. I don't care that you don't like me right now. I said I was watching TV for the moment. And me watching TV wasn't fucking bothering nobody. Until you came in here and made it an issue. Because it was the issue for you that I was having a good time. I don't give a fuck. And that could have been your issue, and then you decided to step in my face. And now you think that I'm gonna let you put me on the ground so that you can restrain me to feel better? Why do you think you get to restrain me? For what? For what reason? Now because I'm yelling? Because we arguing? You started this shit. Fuck you. I'm not restraining you. And I guess finally, uh, I'm gonna just say Mr. Claude because I feel like that was his name, but I don't know. Finally, he came in, and I don't even know how he assessed the situation or what was going on. But then I just remember, like, I don't even know that whole problem, but I seen whatever I seen, and I just remember it was both of them trying to slam me down, like this big grown ass man and this big grown ass woman trying to get me on the ground, and like, I'm not fucking letting them. I ain't letting y'all put me on the ground, and I'm holding both of them off of me for real. Like, both of them, it took both of them, and both of them, it took a minute for them to be able to get me down, and I think it was only because maybe he ended up picking me up off the ground because my feet, like, nigga, I got feet. And you lucky I'm not about to kick you in your, because I'm about to fucking, I know how strong my feet is. Like, if I wanted to be a kickboxer, I probably could have been because my feet used to have, like, my legs used to be strong as hell. And I'm like deciding if I'm about to fucking kick you in your fucking stomach so fucking hard and dis fucking locate some shit. Because why are you touching me? And as angry as I am, I'm channeling so much strength from my anger that y'all two grown ass people can't put me down until I think he picked me up, cradled my legs. He picked me up and laid me on the ground so that, like, I guess they could get this shit over with because she was determined to restrain me. And now that I done got so fucking irate, now going by the book or whatever, like, now she has the right, and he being on staff with her, she done brought him into some shit, and I'm a fucking girl. Like, he don't want to be fucking manhandling no girl, so he trying to be as gentle as he can because this bitch done put him in the situation. And he was out doing rounds like he was supposed to. He was checking on whatever girls that was in their room, making sure that the property was secure, like, because he a fucking man, and he was trying to make sure all these women in here was protected because he the only man on shift today, and it ain't a lot of men that work here, and he don't know what nobody think, but, like, he tried to be respectful and to be nice to the girls because they girls, they done been through a lot. Can't nobody see that shit. They deserve to fucking be protected. This they house. And I walked out for a minute, and I can't, and everything was fine, or maybe he was just coming on shift and had been doing his rounds to make sure everything was cool before while he came on shift. I don't even remember because it was the weekend. Like, it was so long ago. But he laid me on the ground, and he just like, she fucking with the fucking right one too. Like, this little girl, I done seen her in action. And whatever I didn't see, whatever I thought I heard, whatever I didn't see, she just showed me that, like, this fucking girl is a fucking beast. She a warrior. And this woman is a fucking scaredy cat. She's a little bitch. For real, that's how I'm looking at her in my eye, because you came in here fucking with this young girl. Because I've been watching her, and for the most part, she keep to herself. She get lively when she around her friends, you know, and sometimes she show out, and she do be fucking with that other little girl. But then I'm like, now I'm looking at that because I'm like, I can't figure out that situation because she a little wizard. Like, if she is fucking with her or that little girl, because now I'm watching you, and I'm like, every time this girl calm down, she fucking get riled up, and she like, bitch, stop pinching me. So that means you over here pinching her. Like, I believe her. So now I'm looking at that other girl that you think you protected, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck that girl be doing to her when ain't nobody watching? Because, like, when she calm and she having a good time, all of a sudden, like, sometimes now she fighting this girl and she like, bitch, I was about to use the toaster. Like, I had my stuff to use the toaster first, you know, and then you came in here and like tried to jump in front of me. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, and it probably wouldn't have even been an issue if we was cool or something, or if it was, even though it was you, but that shit don't feel right. Like you trying to prove something or something. Like, you like, I remember hearing her say that shit one day, and I was just like, damn. So now I'm wondering, and all the stuff that I done heard before is like, now I gotta look at shit different because you got me on the fucking floor with a fucking teenage girl because of what, your ego? You got a fucking and then I listened to that shit outside for a minute. I wanted to see how far you was gonna take that shit. You told them to go fucking find me a grown ass man to help you fucking restrain this girl, and I tried to fucking stay gone as long as possible. I tried to stay out, and I'm like, did she hear me come in or something? Cause like, how long you gonna keep this going on until I come in and help you? Cause you trying to implicate me? And I'm like, is this bitch trying to set me up? Cause now my thoughts gotta get going. Like, is you trying to set me up? Is you trying to get my attention? Like, why the fuck do you telling one of the girls to go get my grown ass, a grown ass man, to help your grown ass get out of a situation that you fucking started? Because I was coming in when I heard you approach her. And I had to think, like, I had to listen. Did she do anything? And I heard Shay say, like, she ain't even do nothing. We was sitting here watching TV and dancing and doing music. Like, you fucking came over here bothering her. Everybody know how Nikki get when she get mad. It's like she can't fuck stop herself. She gotta keep going. And we can all tell why if you fucking listen to her. She done been through hell. That girl done been through hell and back. Like most of us have had families at some point in time that loved us and protected us. Maybe somebody in our family died and we here now in this situation. A grandmother died, a mother died. Like, something happened, but we knew love at some point in time. That girl ain't never known no fucking love. She just came from a fucking house where a fucking lady tried to kill her. And it's still wreaking havoc in her life. That she always on the defensive even when she fucking not. She always war ready. Like, that's the environment that she just came out of. In the moment that she is having a good time, like, somebody always got to do something to remind her that she not fucking safe. This girl was having a moment and she was just having fun with her friends. She was being a regular teenager. And because of yo fucking shit, now she fucking down here on the floor with a fucking grown man and a grown woman holding her down, trying to is you trying to take her back to what the fuck she just got out of? Like, what the fuck? You ain't hear the story about her saying the way she talk about that shit be so random. They just be memories. She just be pulling that shit out in conversation because that's her reality. Like, and then you kind of don't want to talk to her because, like, damn, that's fucked up. You ain't got no memories. You ain't got no good memories to hold out on. And then even the memories that she claim is good, you like, damn, that was cool to you. Like, what the fuck? That was your good memory. Being a fucking runaway. Like, those were your good memories. When you was a fucking runaway out in the street. And then even when you talk about that, like, that shit was trauma. And then she say in her book, I told a nigga, like, I expect shit out here. So I'm cool. Like, I know to be on my P's and Q's and whatever. But I know to do that back then. So it really ain't no safety. Y'all provided me safety though. Like, I feel safe over here. Even when I don't. Even when these bitches put me in situations where now I gotta look out for everybody. Like, but the houses that we assigned to, like, y'all make me feel safe. Feel like I can go to sleep, even if I won't sleep. Like, but then, like, In the one house, her brother laid on the floor with me, next to me, to show me that I was protected, that I could sleep. What did I need from him to let me sleep? Because I would be roaming the house at night, making sure everybody's safe. And I ain't even realize it. I just did that shit out of habit. Like, is the doors locked? The windows cool? I see any, like, you don't see all these men in here. Even all the men that Nikki used to be surrounded by, like, we called her, we called her Little Bit or Shorty. She was little. And she had like little chipmunk cheeks and stuff. Some people thought she was chunky, but she was little. But that girl had so much heart. She had heart. And she was watching out for everybody. And we like, you surrounded by men, though. Like, we looking at ourselves. We not. You don't feel protected. And for her to say that she did, we like, damn. Now you got to look at that shit all the way different. Because it's not even about you. It's about her. At 14, she was trying to protect everybody around her because she knew what it was to not be protected. That's when we met her. She was a 14-year-old runaway. And even in the house, like when he was at work, they knew that she was gonna protect Shan and the kids. She would be in there. She making sure, okay, they in there. Like they like, what kind of life has this girl lived? She would be gone for some days, and she always made her way back. And they would be worried, like, what man? When Nikki wasn't at our house, her presence, her absence was felt. All of them for real. But when that one came through the door, oh my goodness, it was a fucking whirlwind. She turned our lives upside down with her damn energy, with her essence, with who she was. And then we like, damn, did she even talk for real? But that girl talked when she fucking entered the room, and she was quiet though, like she thought she was. Her energy talked about everything, and then when you did get her open up, she would talk, but she was the old soul. And my memories of being a runaway, like it's dark, like, but I'm like, it was dark. It was wintertime. It was heavy. The atmosphere was winter in Cleveland. Like, well, I was in Youngstown, but it was freaking wet outside. It was snowing sometimes. It was cold. It got dark super early. Like, it was dark. But that was like reflective of my life. My life was dark as fuck. Even when it wasn't dark, like it was dark. I was the light, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking dark. And I got light when I read or when I listened to music, I guess. It was just dark. It just was what it was. It wasn't good or bad. It was just dark. Like it was gray. It was a heavy fucking dark, overcast gray time of my life. But I still like found good moments in it and found good people in that like made it worth it. That helped me that helped me fucking chill for a minute before I had to go to my next fucking battle. Cause I fucking left Youngstown and went right back to Cleveland into another fucking battle. So it was good that I got to be a fucking runaway for a few weeks. Cause them niggas, I walked right into Children and Family Services from Youngstown with the fucking supervisor of my case talking to me like I was a fucking nobody off the street, like I was her worst enemy. And I ain't even know this bitch. Like, all because she met Yvonne before she met me and fell in love with her. Like, I still don't know what that was about because that lady attacked me verbally and she wanted to fight me. Like, I was like, damn, I don't even know you, lady. That woman was like, bitch, like, you ran away because you hot in the ass and you wanted to fuck. And that's what you did. They told me when they found you the other day, you was in the bed with a nigga. Just like Yvonne said you would be. Like, just like Miss Jones said, whatever she called her. She's like, are you gonna try to tell me that that man in that foster home tried to rape you? He one of our good foster parents, and you trying to fuck up his license or some shit like because you wanted to fuck. What, you didn't want to fuck him? You thought you was too good to fuck him or whatever this bitch was saying to me. I was sitting there. I was standing there at 14, like essentially I was riding a high. I had been gone for a few weeks in the streets, protected, all of that. The best that I could be protected, you know. I had had some sense of calm, even if I was in the streets, even if I was a runaway. I had I had made it through. And I had just made love to the guy that I love. I ain't cared that it was fast. Like, I loved him, and that was my dude. And whatever else happened, like, shit, that was my dude. That was my man. Like, he took care of me even before I became his girlfriend. And I chose to have sex with him. Like, all the men around me, no matter what, whether they lusted after me, whether they wanted me, they respected my choices when I was in the streets. The ones that I chose to be around, some of the ones that they chose and other situations that they put us in was like unnecessary and like, wow, we got, so y'all like this shit. I don't know, but like, I don't feel right around these niggas. I feel right about our places where we at. And I understand that we bounce around because uh we don't want to wear out our welcome. So we over here for a couple days, we over here for a couple days, then we over there for a couple days. We don't want to get J and them in trouble at the group home because it is a group home. They got rules and stuff too. I don't want them to get sent to DH. They did get threatened with DH. So like, and we got to play that game a little bit. Now we got to go over there in the daytime so that they can see us. So they be like, leave them alone at night. They think we coming in the daytime. They think we done learned the rules. Okay, but we don't come over here that much at night because like they deserve to be safe too, and I don't want them to be fucked up. But like, I had sex with the man of my choosing after dodging all these niggas all these years and going through so much stuff. I got to do it my way. And then I ended up in DH, was sneaking into the group home. And even that cop fucking touching my foot under the damn, that was poking out the cover, fucking caressing my fucking foot when he came in the room. Why the fuck did you touch my foot? And I knew Jason was about to kill that nigga. Like, I felt all that power over that man. That man was like possessive as fuck. Like, why are you touching my woman? Did she fucking tell you you could touch her? Did you ask her fucking permission? And why the fuck would your grown ass come in here and the first thing you do is fucking see her foot? You see her in the fucking bed with me. Do you not smell her essence all over this fucking room? You can't tell that I made love to her all night long. Y'all ain't fucking hear the music. Like, they felt that shit all over this place. Even if they didn't want to, even if they tried to drown us out because they fucking couldn't. Because that shit was just so powerful. And it was channeling all kind of energy around this bitch. So that nigga called the police or whatever the fuck he did, whatever. So you come in here and you touch my woman. I don't give a fuck if it is her foot. Like, did you fucking ask her if you could touch her? Or me or anybody else? So that nigga got the fucking death wish, like, already. And Gig know exactly how I'm feeling, and she's sitting here calming me down, like, cause we so fucking intertwined now that she in tune and she on ready too, cause she just like, why the fuck, like, we both having the same reaction and it's the same and different. and I'm trying to feel her emotions now. Like, is she scared of these niggas? Cause she ain't got to go nowhere with nobody if she's scared. I know she tired of running. At this point, like this the second time they've been caught by the police in only a few days time. So she fucking going through the whole scenario in in her time. Like, all right, it's gonna be time for me to come on my period. Do I want to do that out in the streets? Do I want to do this? We're not gonna go over there because her mom did call the police. Like, I gave her mother permission to call the police when I came in there. Like, I understood her mother was worried about us. She heard the story. She heard about us arguing, and she just like, if y'all gonna be fighting, Shannon's mother, like, if y'all gonna be fighting and stuff out here, y'all ain't gonna make it. Like, y'all, the streets is wild. Y'all doing good together, but like, I'm watching you, and you the one that's keeping everybody together. And the fact that you just flipped out over that shit, and I'm just like, over a man, and you like, no, it ain't over no dude for real. Like, not for me, but it was over principle. And the principle is like, you did that foul shit while we was in the room, and I did this, and it wasn't even over that. Like, cause everybody trying to figure me out. Like, damn, you told her you took her boyfriend. Everybody know how she feel about that nigga. Like, and for her, I don't care how nobody look at it. Like, you clearly don't like that nigga. Love him, and I do, and I wasn't even looking at it. I mean, I seen him. He was off Linden's. I wasn't even attracted to him at first, but like, he be taking care of me. I notice it, and he a good person. We be having some good conversation or whatever it is. Like, I got feelings for him now too. When he approached me, I ain't say shit. So I was just like, all right, well, let's do this. And then they like, damn, even her way she think and process shit is way more mature than any girl her age or any woman her age or anything. Like, shit, she put that shit out there in ways that none of us can. Like, we just like, damn. What she say? She pregnant? Well, that's between them. That's their baby. I wouldn't tell no man he couldn't take care of his kid. What the fuck? Like, why would I do that? I don't know how they gonna figure it out. We teenagers, but we done all been through some shit, and they like that's for them to figure out. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Whatever that's gonna be, like, ain't gonna be no drama, and that's not like they'll figure out what they gonna do. I'm just telling y'all where I'm at. So as the runaway that was going on, I walked right out into having some of the best nights of my the best night of my life. I went to DH, and that was nothing. Like, I shared my experience with my roommate, and then I ain't know her, but shit, I wanted to talk. I had just had a wonderful night, and I ended up in fucking DH, like, and so I was tired and sore, and the most magical shit had just happened to me, and I wanted to talk about it. And then I don't remember what that girl did. I don't remember what she said to me or whatever. I remember trying to flush her, like, end up getting mad enough to fight her to the point where, like, it wasn't no window that I could throw her out of. Because a couple of days prior, I was going to throw Tanya ass out the window for calling me a bitch. I dragged her to the window, pulled her up. I was going to toss her ass out the window. I didn't even think about her being pregnant. I didn't know if I believed she was pregnant. She was doing too much. She kept saying she was, but she was smoking and drinking and doing fucking, like, she was doing way too much. And she could have been, but I was already feeling some type of way, and she talked. I don't even remember. I just remember I kind of like snapped. And I was just like, bitch, like, you tried to play, like, everybody know I play that shit. But you know Pac, like, did you hear the song? Did you not hear Pac? It's a certain type of woman that's the bitch, and I ain't her. So, but you called me that knowing how I don't play that shit. So you trying to test me because you getting embarrassed because of these niggas around here? You trying to put on a show for everybody? Because I ain't trying to put on no show. I'm just being who the fuck I am. And I ain't even had no problem with you. Your problem wasn't even with me. You walked in here trying to talk shit to me, or maybe your problem was with me. You tried to walk in here. I don't even remember, that shit was so long ago. But I tried to throw her out the window, and all the guys was like, "Short, what is you doing?" Like, no, hell no, somebody grab her. Don't, what is you doing? You can't do that. And that was just whatever, like, whatever it was, I don't even remember. And then I was fine like within an hour. Cause them niggas like, we going for a walk. Get your shit on and you coming for a walk with me. Cause you, what the fuck is going on through your head? Like, how you go from being a protector of everybody to just like, you about to throw this girl out the window. And we don't even have all the stories. So we gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna take you for a walk. We gonna go to the store. I'm gonna buy you like a St. Ives or something. Calm your damn ass. So I don't know. I don't even know if we should buy you no alcohol. Like, all you drink is the St. Ives special brew, right? Yeah. What's your favorite? I don't know. The berry or something. I know when we get there. All right. Well, we gonna buy you. I'm fucking buying a. How old you be saying you are? Cause I don't. I mean, we know like girls don't normally lie about their age. They lie about their age, but not younger. Don't nobody really ask you your age, do they? Nah. You don't offer it, do you? Nah, for what? But I'll tell it. Like, I don't care. Don't tell us how old you are. Don't. Then that make us responsible for some shit. I mean, we can know, but like, no, if the police come around or something, we can always say that we didn't know you was that young. And it ain't even about nobody trying to get with you, but trying to protect y'all and trying to protect us. And we know some shit ain't right because why y'all out here in the streets instead of being with y'all families? And we listen to what y'all say, but we listen to you the most because you the quietest, but you got the most power. You the dominant one, and you pull it to you without even trying. Like, you don't try to be nobody, but you are. You don't never try to be hard. You don't never. Most of the shit you don't even pay attention to, but you pay attention to everything. You feel the temperature in the room every time when it shifts. You something different. You something different than any of us have experienced, and we street niggas. We be on the street all the time with rough niggas, and you a girl. You a fucking girl. You a woman. And you little, and all the other shit the niggas be thinking to over fucking estimate, to underestimate. It's you. That's how I know that. Whatever the fuck got you out on the streets, got something to do with you. Got something to do with a fucking nigga and probably a no good ass bitch, a jealous ass bitch, a hating ass nigga, a nigga that wants something from you. And listening to you talk wherever the fuck you ran from, somebody tried to hurt you bad. Cause you too aware of every fucking thing. And you ain't got no fear in your heart. Cause that shit out in the streets and you ain't never said nothing. That nigga put a gun to your head and you was talking shit to that nigga and you ain't come back and tell us nothing. And like for you, you feel like that shit didn't need to be mentioned. Cause we like, do she not trust us to look out for her? To go out and like get them niggas? Like, she don't know that like all of us connected out here, all of us street niggas, we know like you don't know how much you mean to us in this bit of time. That we know where the fuck you at when you not with us, that we paying attention to you, that we care about you, that we asking them questions because they don't tell, because you don't talk about shit except for what you need to talk about or what you want to talk about. You don't give up no information, and we just like, this girl is tighter than the fucking CIA or somebody. Like, all you do is watch. You sit back and you watch. And you ain't gonna smoke. We just watch you like, no, I ain't smoking nothing. You don't try to hit the weed. You don't try to smoke nothing. But you will drink. We like, damn. But even in that, like, you won't get you won't get as drunk as your girls. You will probably have a one. You will have a brew. You like, that's cool. I need to be aware of my surroundings. And when them dudes went over, they were about to kill that man. They was gonna blow that whole fucking house up. And you told them no. And they still was gonna do it. And them bras thought that meant that you was weak. And more than anything, it showed they hand. And you don't even remember blacking out. Them man said your ass turned around and you was like, hey, I'm starting to put the puzzle pieces together and like, I feel like one of y'all bitches trying to set me up, which is crazy because I thought y'all was my friends and trying to help me. But I'm looking at the type of niggas that y'all keep going around, and I'm looking at situations and like we got some safety shit, but every time I go off with y'all alone, like I end up in some shit that could fucking get us fucked up. And how the fuck did I end up with a man? Like that nigga name is Man. And then we ended up last night in the same situation with another nigga named Man, which ended up being my fucking foster father's son. So all the fucking niggas in Youngstown, y'all had to lead me to his fucking son at some point. Like, what the fuck is these niggas giving y'all? What the fuck is happening? How the fuck did we end up in this nigga grandmother house? Like from you. And this the second nigga named Man that you done brought my way. That she's saying is you. Like, and you don't ever defend yourself. You don't ever say shit. So is it you or you? Like, and then you the one that's fucking the nigga in the room with us. And I ain't never think about that shit to add them pieces together. Like, you fucking walked me right into that nigga house. My foster father. You walked me into his fucking mother's house. Or his sons, whoever, you fucking the son's grandmother house. And a couple girls came over. And I can't even remember who the girls was. So I'm just like, damn. I think he said they was his cousins or some shit. Like, I remember we played some games, hide and seek and some shit. I don't even remember. In the house, tag, whatever we was doing in that big ass house. And to me, I just remember the house being dark as fuck. Like, dark. Old woman lived there. I'm assuming she still lived there. Like, I don't even remember. I don't even remember my fucking memory. And I was just like, how can I not remember all this shit? But when they come, they'll come. So like the same motherfucker that just tried to rape me, and I'm thinking like, why the fuck did I go in the house? Cause I don't even think I had seen his son but a couple times. I ain't know him for real. But now that I'm talking about it, I'm thinking like there was a moment where I hesitated. Like, man, I remember saying like, we going to another nigga named Man. Like, oh my goodness, you need to stay away from them. And then like when we got there, I'm like, this nigga looks familiar, man. And I'm trying to recall if I said something like, hey, y'all brought me to Lamar's son. Like, what the fuck type of shit is y'all on? And I feel like it was a conversation and him trying to prove like he was cool. He wasn't like about to call his dad. He wasn't fucking with his father. Like, and I can't remember what it was where they finally convinced me that that shit was the reality. And Bob remember going inside the fucking house because I was with them. And I don't know if I knew how to make my way back to any of the other houses by myself. Because it was like, I feel like I could never figure out the street names or the direction or what it was. Like, but I was determined to figure it out. But I relied on them, which was a fucking mistake. You don't rely on nobody but your fucking self. I learned that because if they both would have been taken out, that's probably why I never went back. I couldn't remember how to get back if I wanted to. I ain't have nobody's phone number, even if I had wrote it down at one point, like, because we had the pay phones. I feel like I had everybody's number at some point, but we was moving so much, like, I lost the fucking numbers. Moving so much, even trying to switch it up, like, because I had ran away with like a red pea coat, but I switched out quick. Jason gave me one of his coats quick. switch that shit up. I think I switched up my clothes. Like, end up, I was smaller than them, but I think I end up. Did I end up putting on some of J clothes or something? I don't remember. They was baggy, but shit, it worked. I ain't care. Whatever the fuck. Like, I ain't even care about none of that shit. Because I would just wanted to be just not. I just knew that I had to get out the shit that I ran away in case them niggas gave a description to the police and that bright red and that fucking red ass peacoat. Like, yeah, but it was wintertime, so I needed something. So I think I had Dave's Cowboy Dallas jacket, and I think I had um Jay's Paco jacket, which was a little heavier. So sometimes I layered up with both of them. Sometimes I went, it didn't even matter. It was what it was. It was what it was, and we rocked out. And we had three places where we consistently went. The group home had to be a little bit more careful because I mean it was a group home, it was a residential home, so it was more people there, and we weren't supposed to be there to spend the night. And got to keep in mind that we don't want to get them in trouble. We want to make sure they could be safe. We don't want them going to DH. And that first time, because my ass was too damn short and to climb up through the fucking window, I got us caught because it took me longer to get through the window. They was pros. They had been climbing in that shit. I ain't have to climb through no window yet at that time, but I got better. Got good at climbing the windows and jumping out them bitches. Because as soon as I got through the window, the fucking staff came in the office. All that time to get through the window, they had already got under the bed. By the time I climbed in the window, it was just me standing there. Or it was just me and Dave, I think. And that white man came in talking about calling the police 911. And I had, nigga, we just left the house. Who you called? Nigga, I just ran away from this man. Hell no, I jumped out that fucking window so quick. Hopped out that bitch quick. I looked at Dave. Dave looked at me. I looked at the white man. He had turned and walked out the room. I don't know if he thought we was gonna follow him. Shit, I ain't following you. The fuck I look like following you for you call the police? Hell no. I turned right back around and hopped out the window, and Tanya and Sharia come hopping out too. And we just took off running down the street. We ran. I don't even know. We just ran in the direction we just came from, but different. Yeah, we got like wherever we got, however far we got, and one of them was like, "Hey, we got to go back. We can't let them get in trouble for us." And I was like, "Y'all got to go back. I don't know them. Like, I ain't about to fucking go back. Where I'm going back to? I ain't going back to that nigga I just left from. Hell no, we ain't even been gone an hour yet. Hell fucking no, I ain't going back. I don't know them. Them y'all friends." And they was like, "Nikki, just trust us. Like, you ain't going back to the house." I don't even know why I ended up listening, but I trusted them and I went back. And he ain't called. He ended up giving us just a lecture. He ain't called the police or nothing. He gave us a lecture. And the rules. Y'all are girls. Y'all come in during these hours, it's visiting hours, and blah, 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 blah. It was a white man. And we listened. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. And I was just kind of like, I ain't never got to come back here. Don't even worry about it. I ain't got to come in the daytime and the nighttime. But while we was talking and Dave was in there, Jason came out in a fucking towel. And I looked at him and I gave him a once over and I was like, oh, okay. And at first I was disappointed. Like, but it wasn't my dude, Tanya. That was Tanya dude. Tanya had talked about him when we was in school. And it was just like, she talked about him. She painted a picture in my head. She would like read letters or something that he sent her. And she painted a picture in my head of who she thought he was or who he was, and I painted a picture of what I thought it was, and the picture when he came out, it wasn't it. So I was like, oh, okay. But then I like looked at him again. I actually really looked at him. Like, he came in and he started talking. Now fucking accent. I had to look again. I was just like, for me it was his eyes. I was like, oh, I could see, because them fucking eyes of his are lethal. Like, Damn. Okay. And then it was a nod of appreciation, and I went about minding my business. Like, he was cut up, he had a nice body, like shit, he was nice, and his skin complexion, like he was nice, and I was like, oh, all right. See, I was looking at you through the eyes of what I thought you was supposed to look like, which I don't even know what kind of picture I drew from that. Maybe midnight. Maybe I thought he was gonna be midnight, like dark, dark, and that I'm like, nigga, I'm still a dog nigga. I might be like, what Drake say? I'm like, yeah, I'm still a dark nigga. She was telling me I was imagining a darker skinned Nubian king, like I was like, yeah. So when I seen him, he was he was a lighter complexion than what I had in my mind and all of that. But like I was like, all right, let me see you through these eyes of who you are. And I was like, oh, okay, she's doing a good job. And I was like, oh, okay, I can see that. And that was it. Like, and then later he became my boyfriend. And like he was who he was, a fucking Cheshire cat eyes, damn slanted ass eyes he had, and he had an accent. I was like, damn, Youngstown dudes got accents. Let me listen to you. Let me. His voice was just different, and Dave's voice was different, and it just was what it was. Like it was what it was. So I went straight from having a time like fighting off a man willing to rape me that's supposed to be my foster father, to being a damn teenage runaway, to making love to my boyfriend for the first time, to going into DH overnight, to fucking coming to Cleveland and sitting in this office with this fucking lady calling me all out my name and telling me that I ain't shit and all this shit for trying to report my foster father, right? And then that was the cycle back into Cleveland. Like that was my welcome back into Cleveland, and I went into more placements and all of this stuff and dodging more foster fathers, and all of them wasn't well. I don't think all men are bad men. I don't think all men are pedophiles. I don't think all men are perverts and creeps. I don't even think it's the majority. It's been my experience, unfortunately, that is too many. And they all was somebody's fucking husband, brother, father, uncle, cousin. Like they all was something to somebody, and some of and whatever reputation they have with other people, I don't know. But to me, you was this person. And so I don't be knowing what to tell people, but then I do be looking like, and in this house, like as a woman, you don't see this nigga getting up in the middle of the night how many times? You don't, you that fucking sleep, you not aware of your fucking surroundings. I don't really know. Like, you trying to catch me up when I think you sleep, but I'm always on my P's and Q's. Like, I'm listening to the house, I'm listening to everything because I'm fucking being hyper vigilant. I know I gotta protect myself. I'm making sure that if you come in here, that if I gotta break a fucking glass, I'm gonna get somebody's fucking attention in this house. Whether anybody do anything to fucking stop anything, they gonna fucking know that you did something to me or something like. And it's like, bitch, you not gonna come out and fucking investigate, pay attention? Is you that sleep? Every fucking house, y'all ain't. Mm. So I don't know, but do I have a do I think that my experiences encompasses everybody all experiences? No. But I also understand that we got a big problem with incest and rape and molestation and shit in the community in America. But well, not just America, but in the black community. Like it's not just here. As I've traveled, it's been in other places as well. And it's just like, well, what the fuck is we gonna do about it? Because if I'm saying that like it's good men out here and I believe that, then what the fuck are y'all going to do about these fucking nothing ass niggas that's harming our community in such a fucking devastating way? How y'all got y'all blinders on that fucking bad? So then, like, how good are y'all that these niggas exist? And then maybe it's just that because I'm going I'm so much on my journey and I'm trying not to look back because I'm doing other shit that like I ain't look back to see if these niggas got taken care of. I don't know. I ain't get no messages. I ain't see nothing on the news, but I don't really watch the news, and half the time I don't remember them niggas' names or their faces, or maybe I do. Like the family in Warrensville was the Bell family, but I don't. Oh, Edward, was that Edward Bell? I think. Like I don't know. In Youngstown, it was Lamar, but I don't know his damn last name. Like I've been through so many places, I can't remember. I can't remember the addresses. I can remember the basics of like the dates and the times of when I was in certain areas. Some of them, like some foster homes, I can't even remember. I was in so many places, and I done touched so many places. Some of them are just like figments of my imagination to a degree. Like, and it's kind of sad because essentially those were the houses that I probably didn't have like any issues. I was probably able to have a couple weeks of breather because I remember I was placed in a foster home in Lorraine for like or Lyria for like 2 weeks, and essentially it was a cool spot from what I can remember, but it was a temporary placement until they found me a steady placement. I was in a foster home in Canton for months. I can barely remember, but like after our rough start, essentially it was a decent home from what I can remember. I went to school out there. I had friends. I had a whole life for some months. I can barely remember anybody's name. In my box of mementos, I have a letter from Cleo. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, Cleo, but like I can't remember her. I know she was a kid. And her mom, I can't remember her mom's name. I can't remember that family, but I was like a family who was close to my to the foster mom, and I think in that home the foster mother's name was Diane, and she was gonna get married to Tom or Tim or something. But like I can't, my memories are not really there. I went to like a, I went to middle school. That was like what sixth grade, I think. Damn, when I say that, that was sixth grade, or is that seventh grade? No, that might have been seventh grade, 14. Because I went to school of science for sixth grade and seventh grade. Oh, so that might have been eighth grade. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I went to school of science for sixth and seventh grade. For eighth grade, I started at Collinwood because that was the year that they moved Margaret Spellacy to Collinwood. And I forgot why I wasn't going to go to the school of science. I think it had to do with busing or something. Or it might have been a punishment. Like, it might have been a punishment for me planning to run away in the summer when I had my summer job. I think like my punishment was that I couldn't go to school of science. I had to go to a closer school because I couldn't be trusted. That's when I was still living with the lady that adopted me because she tried to kill me. It was in October 1st through 5th. I can't remember the dates, but it was either it happened somewhere between the 1st and the 5th of the month in 96. So like we started school on Labor Day. Margaret Spellacy had just moved over into Collinwood. I went to Collinwood for the first few weeks of school. I had got some friends or whatever, becoming cool with some people. And then ended up that's when she tried to kill me. So then I ended up moving in with her daughter, the girl that attacked me. I was only there for a month, but in that time they transferred me over to Thomas Jefferson on the west side. So I was at Thomas Jefferson for like a month, well, probably like 2 months, because even when I left her house after the fight, after I beat her up when I was 14, because I'm gonna keep saying that shit, because clearly that pissed her off. I hurt her feelings all these years later. So, but she attacked me like How you gonna get mad because you attacked me then and got beat up then? Like, I was defending myself then. It ain't my fault that you calculated and fucking lost. And then I scared you. How the fuck did I scare you so bad? I don't know. I don't even care. It ain't none of my fucking business. That's your business. But because I shouldn't have had that much strength that being that young, especially all the stuff that your mama talked about. And now you know why she would pin me down and had to have help. Whatever. Don't channel me. How the fuck? I don't care about her perspective, or maybe I don't care. Um, I don't fucking understand. I don't care to understand none of that shit. I just want a fucking. I just feel like death is what's deserved. I don't care about nobody else's point of view. I don't care about what the fuck. And I don't care. Hey, Frost. Hi. So like, so that attack with the woman that adopted me happened October 1st, between the 1st and the 5th of October 96. And then I was at Thomas Jefferson Middle School for a couple months because, or maybe about 2 months, because they put me on the west side in like a temporary home for teenagers, like that need protection. Then that they got to place you somewhere so they can figure something else out, right? So I was still going to school at that time, and then um, that's when I end up calling my ex, and I had totally forgotten to a recent channel where I think he told me that like I was supposed to be dead, like they had told them that I was dead, and I come calling him and I was clearly not dead, but that was the story, that I had died in the ambulance on my way to the hospital. um and that like the woman that adopted me had been like stalking him and uh threatening him and stuff, and all this stuff that she was saying. So she was going out spreading all kind of shit about my name and about what happened, but I didn't know what the fuck she was saying about me. I mean, besides what I knew, she was telling my sister that I was boy crazy. I chose men over my sister. Like um, I chose a boy over her. When essentially, nigga, I chose my life. Like, you just tried to kill me in front of the whole neighborhood, and they would have let you. They just stood there and let that shit happen for whatever their reasons was. I don't know, but they stood there until somebody broke out the trance. By then, my ass was already fucking. I had already lost consciousness. I was already half conscious or whatever that shit was. So even when I got to Canton, I was just, and I went down that because I was thinking about what grade I was in when I lived in Canton. I was in the eighth grade. So in eighth grade, I went to Thomas Jefferson Middle School. I went to um, whatever that school was when I was placed in Youngstown. I don't even remember the name of the school, but I was there for the time that I was in Youngstown for a few months. So that happened in October. By November, I was I was in Youngstown by before I was in Youngstown in November sometime. November '96 to probably February or March of '96. Because I can't keep up with the time as a runaway. I always said I know it was at least 3 weeks because I wasn't going to school. I mean, we was out on winter break. Like I ran away when winter break happened, or right before winter break. But I feel like winter break had just started when we ran away, and then we was just gone. And I do remember thinking like, at some point we're gonna have to go back because I liked school and I knew I was gonna graduate. Like I'm too fucking smart not to graduate, and I like school. I like learning. So I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to stay out for too long, but I knew I wasn't gonna be able to. I wasn't going back to him. So school was definitely like on my mind. And then I'm thinking like, cause Jayna was still in school, so I think, cause they started school back, so we was gone for a minute, cause like they were back in school and we was still out in the streets. And I feel like one night when we had spent the night there, I remember talking to Jay and Dave and them about school, about us, what we was gonna do about school and all of that stuff. And I ain't know how to figure it out. Like I ain't know. I ain't know what was gonna happen. I ain't know how to figure it out. But it was what it's like. That's what it was. And then when I got brought back to Cleveland, they put me back in the. I had that encounter with the supervisor, and then they put me back in the home, in the temporary home, holdover that I was in for teenagers before I left to go. But they didn't. I don't think I was enrolled in school for them 2 weeks. And then where did I go from there? It's a blur. I can't remember. I can. It's a blur. I can't remember which house was when and where or none of that. I just remember being in Canton for a couple months because Diane was gonna get married. So I remember the wedding and stuff, and I remember getting like fitted for a dress or everything. But then them taking me, removing me from the home before the wedding, and I just remember her being sad, and I remember kind of being like, we had such a hard time in the beginning until we kind of got our flow and got to know each other and whatever, that she had already called them. That's what they said. So they had already found me a home. And I just remember thinking, like, well, why can't I just stay here now? But whatever. I don't even remember what the response was. I remember being in, so when I was in Canton, I was in school. It's still eighth grade. And then I remember being in Elyria for about 2 weeks. And I remember going to church and stuff out there. And I'm assuming that I was enrolled in school. But I can't remember. And then what other places was I at? Warrensville. I remember I was with the Bell family for some months until, so I was at Warrensville Middle School until and I had even put up with the rubs, the bread, like I had put up with all that shit until that nigga came up behind me when I was at the mailbox, and I had that decision to make, like, am I gonna accept this shit or am I gonna keep, like, because this nice and he old, and I know, like, I feel like I know I can whoop his ass if it come down to it. But like, am I gonna live like this or am I not? Like, forget being able to have my own phone, my own bedroom, forget whatever splurges they talking, like, essentially, like. And I decided that I wasn't. And because I decided that I wasn't, and it was like so much other shit going on, like they had took my phone. So I'm assuming now that they took my phone because they were scared I was gonna tell my boyfriend, and they knew he wasn't nothing to mess with, and they knew how much he loved me. Like, they probably knew more than anything, especially if they were stealing my mail from him. Because he used to be talking about sending me letters, and I'm like, I ain't getting no letters from you. I did not get no letters. And he'd be like, yeah, you know I hate writing. I'm gonna talk to you. And I'd be like, I want some letters, Jay. I don't care if we talking. The letters I can take with me and I can read them over and over if I in case I don't get to talk to you for some time. Like, send me my damn letters. You be wanting letters from me still, right? I be writing your ass. You get letters from me, so I want my letters. And so, but I told, and then I was that, and then I think again I got painted as a liar because I was because I had got in trouble in school and because they had took my phone away. So they essentially said again, telling the county, the social workers, whoever I told, one of the social workers at the time, essentially. I was trying to ruin this nice couple's name because I was being a troublemaker again. I was always being a troublemaker everywhere I went. Go figure. And this was another one of the foster homes. So I was trying to ruin this foster home for another girl, another teen to be able to come in and have this experience. And they weren't going to let me do it. That's essentially what they told me. Um, and I can't even remember who my social worker was at that time. Ain't this some shit? And I forgot about all that shit over the years because, like, you know. And then I went to some, I can't even remember where I went after that. Like, I don't remember the order. But I ended up at Marycrest, which was way out on the west side. And they closed down. And I went to school. So Marycrest had a school on campus. And we went to school there. And I was at Marycrest for a few years. No, I mean a few months. Was a runaway there. We had all kind of adventures at Marycrest. And then from Marycrest, I got sent to Palmerdale because they said I was running too crazy at Marycrest. I had too much freedom. I was being too, I don't know, whatever it was, whatever I was doing. I was too wild, too free. They felt like I needed some more structure. And because I ran away. Now, I think I only ran away once at Marycrest. I would have ran away again. Like, I had fun when I was a runaway. That was my experience. It's not everybody's experience. And, like, essentially, I wasn't a prisoner, but it felt like I was a prisoner anyway because I didn't have family. I couldn't go home on the weekends. Like, so I was kind of stuck at Marycrest along the grounds. And I mean, it was cool for what it was, but like, I wanted to be outside too. I wanted to be able to go places, I wanted to be able to do things. And I don't know if it was because like Yvonne was out there and she was still wreaking havoc and she was fucking causing so much fucking drama out in the world that maybe they were trying to keep me safe from her, or I don't even know. So they sent me to Palmerdale. Palmerdale was a lot cottage, which meant that like we had to almost get permission for everything. But I probably had more freedoms than anybody. I worked in the kitchen, I worked in the daycare, I went to school, I went to the school on the grounds. I was smart. I was able to visit the other cottages. Like I became cool with. I just was kind of flowing around Palmerdale. I went to school at Palmerdale. When I left Palmerdale, the play sister that I had at the time was in a foster home. I ended up going to the foster home with her, and that was in Maple Heights. And Sharia, was that her name? Yeah, because she had an adult son, but it was just me and Shay, and we shared a room. And like, essentially, she spoiled us and everything. It might have just been my ass. I could see why people think it was me, but she was a bully too. She used to be saying shit and doing shit, and sometimes it was excessive. Maybe that's what she felt like we needed, but we was different. Like we was kind of used to being on our own, and maybe she felt like she was trying to give us structure. Sometimes I don't even know. But that shit wasn't working. We was on punishment. We couldn't use the phone. All right, we won't use your phone, but we'll just go outside and use the payphone at the end of the street. Like nigga, we got quarters. We can use the payphone. And she driving the squad, passing the squad car or whatever, and see us on the payphone and getting mad. Like you can't tell us we can't use the phone at all. We ain't using your phone. Like you took our phone out the room and whatever, and that's cool. Like we got payphones out here. We outside, and we still got boyfriends or whatever we doing. Like we out here having fun. We staying out the house. We staying out your way, and we got places to go. We got stuff we could do. And then I think I don't know if she did no restrictions and told us we couldn't go nowhere because that shit wasn't going. You ain't about to keep us locked up in the house. Like I don't even know that. But it was a couple times where she tried to start getting a little more dominant or whatever. But that one time when Shay wasn't there, and I don't know if she came in, she was a police officer, so I don't know if she had a bad day at work, but she had already put a bad taste in my mouth a couple times, like getting all rah rah and shit, like for no reason. What you doing all that for? Telling us like I work with rough niggas in the street all the time, and you ain't like this and that, and who even said any of that? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And why is you yelling? And why is you in my face? And why is you, what are you trying to prove? I don't even get it. So when we went to Maple, I guess it was Maple Middle School. When I was in middle school, Shay was in high school. If she was even going to school, I don't even know if she went to school. So, but I was good in school. Like school came easy, no matter what school I went to. Like I caught up, where I was always cool in no time. Pretty much, no matter where I went, I think for the most part, I still always got A's and B's. Mostly A's, couple B's. If it was a C or something, it was probably in math or something I didn't really care about doing. But and so this one particular day, Shay was with her boyfriend house, and this broad came and she fucking got in my face, and I don't even remember. And she was talking some shit about niggas in the street and this and that, and I don't know. I blacked out. I blacked out. I don't even remember. I think the only thing I remember is being in the car headed to a new foster home. And that's how I ended up in my last foster home. That's what I remember, and I barely remember a lot of that time, like especially the earlier months and weeks and adapting. It was just another house. Like so much of that shit is a blur. I just remember like when I sat down and calculated and went through everything at one point in time in my life, I was like, damn, I was in over 13 different placements in between the age of like 14 and 15 and a half when I went to go stay with Wani. I turned 14 in June. In October, I was put out of, I was, that's when Yvonne tried to kill me. So from October of 96 until, what was that? Maybe January of 98. I was in 13 different placements. Because when I got to Wani, oh, so I was in Maple, I was in high school. That was already, I was in the ninth grade. Because I feel like I had to be. Because when I got to Wani, I was in ninth grade, and it was I was supposed to go to Collinwood, and it was cool because my sister was over there. But Yvonne made a big deal about me going to Collinwood and being around my sister. It was like a big deal, like a big thing. And they was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to be able to see my sister." But then they was like, "Nah, it's gonna be way too much, and she doing all this, and you ain't even over there yet. It's gonna be way too much." So they sent me to Glenville, and I didn't care. I was like, "That's fine." I had wanted to go to Collinwood because I had made friends at Collinwood when I had made friends at Collinwood when I was at Collinwood for that time when I was in eighth grade. So I was like, oh, blah blah blah, and they're gonna be over there and blah blah blah. And some of them I had kept in touch with a little bit, as much as I could, but I did so much traveling and losing numbers and jumping in different foster homes and so much. It just was different. Like I mean, it just that's the life of a foster kid. And I stayed with Wani until I turned 18. I turned 18 right before my senior year started. So I got my own apartment. And normally when you in independent living, like when you turn 18, you get emancipated, like you get out. Or they'll do like semi independent where it's like an apartment or some type of home or something where you stay in and you transition and out on your own. For some people, if you're lucky. But for me, they let me find my own apartment, and I found my own apartment, and you know, I got my own apartment. Like I went apartment hunting. I searched for apartments. I found an apartment that I like. I think I might have brought my social worker in at some point, one of my independent living workers to or somebody to approve it because they had to be approved. They had to approve it for whatever they approved it for, but I had already found it. They gave me a budget on what my rent had to be in the confines of because they was gonna pay it while I was in high school. Even though I did have a job, I was working at the science center at the time, and whatever else I did. Like money wasn't ever really a thing for me. I may not have known how to manage and keep it and all of that, but shit, I was making it and I did. I got shit done, and that's all I knew. So my senior year in high school, I had my own place, and since then, for the most part, a couple times I've been homeless. I was gifted enough to be able to stay with a friend or so at the time. This friend, And then the last time was me going to the homeless shelter. And that was it. That was the last time that essentially I was homeless was when I went to the homeless shelter in like that might have been 2010. I think 2010 because I was working at AmeriCorps at the time. Hard Hatted Women, that was my assignment. The Community Resource Coordinator, that was my job title. I was good at getting resources. Like I've been finding resources all my life. I got to figure out how to get shit done because even with Wani would tell me all the time, like, I've never had a foster kid like you. I was her first foster child, and she always be like, you was so independent. You was so self sufficient. You did everything on your own. You told me where you was going. You told me when you wouldn't be back. You told, like, and I tried to ask her a couple times. Like, when I realized that me telling her all the time might have made her feel some type of way, I asked a couple times. And I think the first time she told me no about something or she had to think about something, I stopped asking because, like, I ain't really asking for permission. I just want you to know what I'm doing. Like I ain't really like the thought of asking somebody to do something that I had every intention on doing anyway. So then I was like, well, asking isn't really the thing because really what I'm asking. I wasn't really asking seeking permission. What I'm seeking permission for, like why can't I do it? Besides the fact that you saying no, but why are you saying no? I didn't even like no. Mm-mm. So that was the last time I asked to do anything again. It was this is what I'm doing, and all right, see you later. That was kind of it for me. So this has been long.